President's report, I'll turn to actually John Pregman to read off a few announcements that he has, that we have to present to you all. Thank you.
All right, so you may have seen that we're doing a North End street sale. So this is our version of a yard sale. I'm sure most of us live in the neighborhood that are in attendance, and those watching you probably don't have a yard. If you do, then I'd like to be your roommate. But in the event that you have some items that you want to sell, I know people have crafts, things like that. They've done this throughout other places in the city too. I think Wilmington just had one. But basically, it's $25 for a table, and whatever you sell from your table, you keep. And all the money that's collected from the tables will go to the Nazaro Center. So that's Saturday, September 28th. It's going to be here. We're going to have some music, light music from a DJ. Try and make it an event. But definitely let me know if you're interested. I have a few flyers up here as well. There's some information at the Nazaro front desk. Second, basketball signups will begin for the North End Knights. This is grades 3 through high school. So if you know anybody that's interested, we're going to start end of October, early November in terms of getting some practices, with games continuing till February break for a lot of these kids. So it's a great season. Looking forward to another year. If you have any questions, ask me about it after this meeting. And that's again the North End Knights, sponsored by St. Leonard's Church, or not sponsored, that's our parish that we represent. Finally, Columbus Day, as you may know, is celebrated in the North End biennially. So that means that this year is our year. It returns here to the North End. We have a reception on the 11th celebrating the achievements of the gentleman from Green Cross Pharmacy that have put in over 50 years of service. So they're going to be recognized at the reception on Friday at Filippo. Tickets are $55. You can search Eventbrite. Again, you can ask me about any information after the meeting. And then the parade will be Sunday, so it goes all throughout the city, and it's a good time, friends and family celebrating Italian-American heritage and their contribution. So love to see anybody and everybody there Sunday, but certainly the reception will be great too. So, thank you.
Thank you, John. And just a few more things just to add and touch on real quick. In the next month, we're also going to be reaching out to the neighborhood for participation in this upcoming season's hockey program for North End Youth Hockey. One of the coaches will be reaching out and trying to develop a new-ish style to how it's ran over the years. Over the years, it's kind of a lot of athletes end up leaving to go over to Charlestown because they actually have a league set up. So we're trying to make it more into a league-based system so that everyone can actually stay in the North End, play in the North End for an extended period of time instead of leaving us high and dry. With that said, I do also want to make note that we are we've agreed to review applications for presentations in advance. So projects like tonight, if people if butters and petitioners know that there's a lot of friction going on, that there's going to be a lot of issues, a lot of changes along the way, we as a council have approved and will be making changes in our bylaws to reflect petitioners coming before and requesting an early application or an early review process for us to consider, that they can then in turn file with the city and then bring that application back before us to approve formally. So we'll be in touch with that over the next coming months as the bylaws will be rewritten for that. And then moving on to offices of the local elected officials, Maria Lanza from the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services cannot be here tonight. The city's website for all news and updates that she has. Michael Benetti from Council Edwards' office is also unable to be here tonight. So I'll turn to
Luigi Natali from Senator Blancore's office, just to listen.
Excellent. There's no one else, no local elected officials here, correct? All right, awesome. So moving on to committee reports, we'll skip over public safety. Patrick Bova is not here, but as always, the first Tuesday of every month, we'd like you guys all to check on northendwaterfront.com. It's video recorded, all the news and any updates are constantly updated there. So moving on to Greenway Committee for Greenway.
So our next quarterly board meeting is tomorrow night. Just to give you an idea of all the great things that are going on the Greenway, if you look at the calendar events online, from September 10th through September 30th, there's 8 pages of events. There's a lot of great stuff that's going on. For example, on this Wednesday, 9/11, service project for our troops and families of the Massachusetts military at State Atlantic Avenue. There's a Boston Calling block party on Thursday the 12th. It's about music, and that's on every Thursday. There's a ton of volunteer opportunities on the Greenway. Another nice event is on Sunday, the 22nd. It's a family event on the Greenway. And on Saturday at 7 p.m., Saturday the 14th, is Moonlight Yoga by Peace. So a lot of great things. I recommend that you go to their website, rosecountygreenway.org. There's a ton of news on there, and you can also provide feedback, and like I said, volunteer opportunities, but definitely worth looking at. Thank you.
Moving on to the Harborfront Neighborhood Alliance. There's been no meetings over the past 2 months. The next meeting is actually scheduled for this upcoming Wednesday. The meeting just entails discussing what we're going to be doing going forward for the end of 2019 through 2020. So come October, we should have a nice report for you guys all to report back on. Moving on to our rough liaison, Ashley.
So on September 12th, Lydia Edwards is hosting a Pups in Politics in the park, and that is open to more than just dog owners. Anybody is welcome to attend. And that's the only event for this month. Besides that, Ruff is reaching out to the new neighbors in the neighborhood that moved in September to keep them up to date on policies and everything. So just bear with them while they try to get the word out, obviously about cleaning up after your dog and park rules, etc.
Thank you, Ashley. Moving on to Resident Parking and Traffic Committee, Joey Bob.
Okay, and so we're going to, within the next month, start monthly polling on the NEWNC website, just asking you, the community, to give us feedback on what particular parking and or traffic issues are causing you problems. So it's not enough simply to say traffic's bad, parking's an issue. So we'll take a look at what you guys can bring to us, and we'll circle back with the elected to see what kinds of solutions or attempts to alleviate the issues can be made.
Excellent.